Hello, everybody. I uh, I know we have beliefs. We got different degrees of beliefs. There's some beliefs that nobody could ever talk me out of things, and then there's a lot of beliefs I have that I got a hunch on, and I'm picking up the frequency. But I think, no, you could talk me out of that one. I'm not. I'm not going to die on the vine with it. But there's this, and it wouldn't be like I would get angry if you didn't believe me. I would understand if you didn't believe me. I mean, there's no possible way that, I mean, we could have some things in common, but if you resonate with something I say, you're only seeing yourself. And whatever you see in me, you have to see it in yourself. That is unequivocally true because you cannot see something inside of a person unless it's in you. Now, if they're reacting and it doesn't cause any resonation in you, you're just like, that doesn't mean it's in you. But if you're reacting to their reactions, then you got to look at what's inside you. That's the only thing you look at. You don't even look at anything they did. It only as it pertains to you extracting something else, extracting a shadow out. So the good news is, the one of the things that I am, it's in that developed stage of belief. I never say that I know because if anybody says I know, you say, really? Prove it. There's nothing. You don't know anything unless you were there, and so forth. But you could say, well, this is what I saw, you know, this is what I believe happened. But don't say, I know without a shadow of a doubt. I notice that some people, uh, I've seen some people go to school to get credentials just so they could tell somebody their truth. They had their truth and they wanted more people to believe it. And they thought if there was a sign on their desk or a stethoscope around their neck or something, that more people would believe them because they have credibility. But it really doesn't make any difference at all. And it doesn't make any difference if you believe a person or not, unless you're planning on devoting your energy to that person. But everybody has something to say, and it's good. Once you have a filter and you know that, I mean, there's people that I used to listen to religiously. Then they screwed up somewhere, and then I tossed them as far under the bus as I could. And then now, when I made a decision to love everybody, boy, has that a been a journey. That was about 2 years ago. I made a decision that I was going to love every single person on the planet. And I started with this one girl from Brazil because she was perfect. She was like 34 years old. She was beautiful. She was nice. She was friendly. She was kind. And she was married to somebody else who ended up becoming my friend too. But she was just easy to love. And I wanted it to be unconditional and unlimited. I wanted it to be a pure love. And then, oh my God, I found out I had tentacles coming out of my body. Like if a hot girl would be coming in, and the girls in Brazil, I'm an ass guy anyway, and they have these bathing suits. And it doesn't matter if they're 70 years old, they all wear these bathing suits where, I mean, you can just look at their butts. And nobody wants to see the asshole anyway. They want to see the cheeks, and the cheeks are out there for free. And I much more exciting than boobs, overall in general. But anyway, I could just feel tentacles going out and going across the street to that girl, and it like picturing her naked and me naked, and we're hugging, and I thought I don't even know this girl, and I probably will never see her again. I don't even know what she looked like, and I realized I saw women as this object. It was like a game I was playing, and I used to think it would keep me young if I had sex, and now I see it as the exact opposite. When you have orgasm, you're actually dying quicker. That's a difference. But the one thing that I believe is everybody that is on this planet, there's two types of people. There's healed and unhealed. There's a lot of people that are healed, and there's a whole lot of people that are unhealed. There's a lot of people that are healed physically, but maybe they've got some problems emotionally or spiritually or something. But we came in healed, and we were dumbed down to 3D, and we were given amnesia, and we were blindfolded and thrown into these government schools, and we needed a scaffolding. We needed some place to say, what do we do, man? Where do I go? I need somebody to tell me where to go. And so we needed a scaffolding. Oh, yeah, church. Oh, yeah, that's oh, yeah. We go to the church if we want the religion, and then we got to show up. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but let's just go there every week. And then we want to build this image of a church going person, and then you start developing your life and developing your image, and then you just die miserable because you never really were yourself. You were always playing an image, playing a role. But that's okay. Some people wanted to, but they kind of got lost. The only problem with playing an image, like Jim Carrey knows who he is. He knows he's playing an image, but he has no attachment. He knows that 99% of him isn't even here anyway. This is just some aspect, and there's a bunch of them out there in the multiverse. But um, I'm trying to be an expression of God and allow Him to channel as much of me as possible. I ask Him for a new body. My mind's getting old. I like it. It's been really good to me and really kind to me my whole life. I put it through hell, but now I want to see where this goes. What happens if you don't believe in dying? What happens if you don't believe in aging? I don't. I don't. I think it's so collectively accepted that there's a lot of power. It would take a lot, and so I'm looking at the possibility of ending up in the mid 30s like this girl was. I think that's the age of our spirit. Our spirit never ages. Our spirit always stays the same age. One of the reasons we come here is to die. Maybe that's what some people wanted to experience because we're eternal beings. We're all going to heaven because that's where we came from. And we came here whole, and we came in this experiment, and we're going back home when everybody goes to heaven. It's like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, you go to heaven, you go to heaven. It's true. All of us are going to heaven. So, and some people, I mean, I would be very careful if you, I would caution you. I went through a stage of wanting justice. And boy, when you get into wanting justice, man, you become angry. You separated yourself from that person. You separated yourself. It plays over, man. And they came with amnesia too, but they chose to be the villain. All actors want to be the villain. If you ask any actor, say, yeah, it's good being this represent, but I'd love to be the villain. That is because I can experiment, and that's why we came. That is exactly why we came here. Some people came to play roles, and they're playing them perfectly, and some people are not. I mean, I don't know. I'm a different bird. I'm trying to uh, live 400 years, but if this body keeps rotting, uh, I don't know. Something's got to change. Something's got to change because I'm going on 70 years old, so I gotta. I want my spirit and my body to match, not in actual ages, or it'd be a billion billions of years old, but I want it to match the looks, and I believe that the rotting of the body is a lie, and it's in our DNA, somewhere in our DNA. Now this is one of those frequency things. I know it in my head, but I don't really feel it yet. It's not a vibration. It's a frequency. I've heard it said, I don't know if it's true or not, there, because one of the reasons, I mean, we know we come from Gaia. We even have some of the same materials as Earth does. We got phosphorus and calcium. A lot of the same things that are made of the earth and soil are us. And but you know what else? There's a lot of, and that's why people get affected by crystals. When somebody lives in Sedona or Minas Gerais in Brazil, the whole place has got crystals underneath it, and everybody there is more beautiful. It's not that they happen to be born there, but the crystals bring out the true loving self because your higher self is 100% unconditional love. So that's the part that you yield to. That's the part that that's the part that's you. And when you ask your higher self, who's perfect, man, you're laughing at me. You've been there 100% of the time. Uh, what do you like about me? I did this and this. Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. This is what your intention was. I said, oh my God. I got a vision. I said, that was my intention. I remember that. And oh my God. So I thought, what a great idea. Everybody's getting their self-esteem from this or this or this or this on the outside. But oh, the idea I think came from him. Ask your higher self to show you why he loves you unconditionally, infinitely, all the time. Ask your higher self to show you ways. And I guarantee you'll know it's him because he will show you ways that only you would understand. Nobody else would understand. You can't even tell people about it. It's so intimate. It is so intimate inside there. You know it's your higher self. It has to be to know you that good. Also, the misconception about God the Father. Boy, the more I get to know God the Father, the more God is love. God is source. And we are children of the Father. So we get to be God anytime we want because the Father lets us do whatever we want. We can experience everything He does. There's no limits, there's no limited energy. It's infinite. And He's infinite love. And He can wait forever. He could wait thousands of years for you to choose Him. He don't care. He knows you're all going to end up there eventually. You're all going to figure it out. But I think what's done for me is I think I had a great relationship with God the Father before I came, but this has caused me to go deeper and to really appreciate, not take anything for granted, really appreciate how much love. Because if you looked in the Father's eyes, I listened to a song about Eric Clapton in my Father's eyes, and I picture his love, the Father, God the Father's love, just coming in, just there's nothing but love, and he's in control. But he chose his wife, or he chose the being Gaia. Just go ahead and make the whole world, Ben. Women are creators, and you'll make something that I will love. And he says, I did. I loved everything she did. I loved every planet she birthed. I love everything about Earth and Mother Nature and all the things, the flowers and the whales and dolphins and the birds that sing. And it's just, I mean, she's got the Milky Way looks like a vagina. And everything is, ayahuasca is feminine. Uh, Everything is like uh, so beautiful that she created so perfectly. And she birthed us, and she's our mother. She is inside of all of our hearts. We don't have a choice. Our mom is not going to have one of her children and then not have a piece of her inside, a little seed. And God the Father's in there too. And you water these seeds, you let them germinate, let them get some sun. And you start listening to them, man. And it's different for everybody. Uh, One argument was, oh, well, you become the same. You can become like everybody else. No, that's what you're doing now. If you're watching the news, if you're voting, if you're always being good and following all the laws, you are becoming the same. You're losing your identity in the matrix. But if you deny and detach yourself from the matrix and the Babylon or whatever you want to call it, 3D, if you detach yourself from all addictions of it, not detach yourself from it, because some of the things, if you've got energy that's toward it, and like I quit drinking, heavy drinking, I was drinking very heavily, and I could quit for 30 days or 60 days or whatever, or I could, somebody has a really nice glass of wine, I'll have a glass of wine. But I am so strong against having any addictions to anything. And so that's the thing. Right now, I'm very addicted to money from the government, from the Social Security. And it's provided a life. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's just paper money that's not backed by anything, and everybody believes it. And so it's a collective thing. It's a collective thing. I really don't know. Maybe it'll cause us to be able to create whatever we want. I would like to do that. I intend to do that. Yes, I intend to create whatever I need or want. With God the Father, I can create it. So we'll see what happens.